I know you always like to start off things with the "Let me ask you this."
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt it. It's just such a natural segue.
Usually just find time.
Exactly.
But you want it? You want it now?
I do want it now. I
Okay.
want it good. I don't want to say that. I'm
Don't.
not going to say that.
Don't.
We're not doing
Don't.
it.
Okay.
So speaking of Kim K.
Yeah, speaking of Kim K. Colin, let me ask you this.
Word.
How do you know that you're on the right side of history?
Oh. How do I know?
Yes.
I guess I'm insinuating that I am on the right side of history.
I'm insinuating that you're on the
Indeed.
right side of history.
Oh, that's a thinker right there. How
asked
do
for
I
this.
know? I know I did. Man, this is interesting. I would say that I know I'm on the right side of history because essentially I am doing my utmost to try not to force people into doing something. I want people to do whatever it is they want to do within the confines of a few basic rules. And other than that, you do you. And I feel like history should be pretty kind to me by that because I'm not acting as an authoritarian telling people what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
You just do you. Just leave me out of it.
No, I think that's a great answer. And what I wrote down is very similar to that. It's very simple. It's just because you can never go wrong with liberty.
Word.
You can never go wrong with liberty.
That's a really good way to phrase that.
If you are on the side of liberty, you are always. I have the benefit of not only writing these questions, but also having all of the time that I want to write my answer. So
I like being in the hot seat. I'm not gonna lie. It's,
Yes.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It makes me think on my feet in a way that I'm not really that used to.
Yeah. Let's take this shot. This dog is destroying me. I need to deaden
My eyes, man.
It's
You can't see it now. Chloe
just
is
sleeping.
Is she over on your side
Yeah,
now?
her
Good. You're.
asshole's
I'm.
just
I'm
open.
slightly out of the blast range. She's being very gassy this morning, so
She's
we're dying.
blowing us out of this building.
Well,
Let's take this shot.
we're gonna
real
take the
quick.
shot, and then I'm gonna cut to you for a minute because I want to
Ceremonial.
adjust our. There it is. The BSB. I want to adjust our wide shot here real quick. It's a little
there's
off
problem there.
kilter.
So let's talk some pop culture, right? Talk about some stuff that we consumed, and then we'll get into some Jussie Smollett. Is that his name? Juicy Smollett? Jussie Smollett?
Yeah, his real
Does anyone know?
His real name is Jussie Smollett, but Dave Chappelle, the true king of the universe, he has dubbed him Juicy Smollett through one of, I think it was on the Sticks and Stones special, but on one of his latest specials, he tells the story of Juicy Smollett, this fabulous French actor that gets hate crimed in the middle of Chicago at 2 a.m. by a subway.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of stuff this week. I watched Jarhead. I love Jarhead.
It's your favorite thing.
Favorite book? Yeah, the book is coming. That's the December book. If you're in the book club, you go to their Instagram, see what the list is. You can jump on the book club. It's very simple. Pretty much just be a part of the community. Comment on there. Let us know that you're reading. Check in, on the lives. Jarhead, Contagion. I watched Contagion this week.
That's a great movie.
I watched it and I thought back.
With Lawrence Fishburne and
Matt Damon.
Matt
is
Damon
in it.
is it? Yeah, because he's the main dude. Jude Law.
Jude Law. Yep,
He
Jude Law's
he
in it.
plays the Alex Jones.
Yes.
And
what's her name?
yeah, what is her name?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Gwyneth Paltrow was in it for about 5 minutes.
Yep. She don't make it very long.
Yeah, no. And then there's also the British woman. I cannot. Who's from The Holiday.
She is
I can't remember what her name is though.
beautiful. I think she's French.
Is she French?
I do believe
thought
so. I'm
she
going to
was
pull it up
British.
real quick.
She's also in that Steve
Jobs.
Jobs movie that I
Oh,
watched.
Kate Winslet. That's what you're talking about.
That's
Kate
what it is.
Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
I thought you were talking about.
Yes. Like what's her name? Marianne Cotillard or something like that. That's that woman's name. I'm pretty sure.
We're gonna go with that. Monique? Is that her? No, that's not her. Different person. I'm having a hard time finding her.
Monique is a
IMDb.
large black woman.
That's not who I'm talking about. Not even a little bit. I'm talking about
Yes. She works for the
the
WHO.
actress. Yeah, and then she gets like kidnapped by that group of people, and really all they're trying to do is just like get some vaccine from her and stuff, and then they're fine, and she kind of gets on their side. I don't remember her name.
I'm pretty sure it's Marianne Cotillard.
Cotillard. That
Yeah,
sounds right.
Something
Why not?
like that. So
Marianne Cotillard.
eBay, IBDM.
I saw the preview for Obi-Wan on that new Star Wars joint. And let's just say, I'm getting real tired of Star Wars every year, or like 2 new Star Wars things every year, multiple new Marvel things every year. But I'm kind of into Obi-Wan Kenobi right now. I'm actually excited about this. It looks pretty
Really?
cool. Yeah,
I'm
I like the
surprised
idea.
to hear that with as much.
There's been a lot of shit out there coming out of Star Wars
also
world.
with as much
lately.
Eric July's you've been listening to lately.
Well, I like his opinions, but it doesn't necessarily, they're not mine.
No,
Put it that way.
So on that tilt though, of not giving money to people who hate you, right? I want to talk about something that I went through this week, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to think is really stupid. I needed new shoes this week, and
why is that stupid?
We'll get there.
Okay.
I needed new shoes, and so I was like, I'm going to go buy a pair of new shoes. But in that morning, it was like Thursday. That was like, I want to buy a pair of shoes that are from America. Let me buy a pair of shoes that are from America. So
taking a second mortgage.
Right. So I looked up a list of shoes. I'm like, I'm gonna have to order these online. Like, none of these are in stores around me that I can see. And so I was like, well, I need to get a pair of shoes so I can go there. So I'm gonna go to the store, and I'm sure I can find a pair of shoes that are at least manufactured in America. You can't. Spoiler alert. Dickies, DC, not Dickies, DC, Vans, Converse, Nike, obviously, Adidas, Puma,
Reebok, all of them.
All in Asia. Which that's the part that I'm sure people are like, you're a fucking idiot, I just assumed, especially Converse or something. I'm like, there's got to be at least one of these companies that's making shoes not in China, right? So DCs I found, and I was like, fuck, am I really going to buy a pair of DCs? You're like, I don't know about this. I'm Googling all these companies so that I can try and see where they're making their shit. And Google tells me that DC's just signed a new contract with Vietnam. I know they make all their shoes in Vietnam now. Right on the goddamn box, manufactured in China. What are we talking about? So there literally wasn't a shoe that I could buy in store that was made in America. At least not
generally speaking, no.
Generally speaking, right? I'm sure that's why I'm saying it's stupid. I'm sure there's going to be one person who's like, well, you could have fucking bought this. I'm sure I could have, right? Yeah. So I decided after this, because I became so frustrated that I couldn't find a pair of shoes that were made in America. That pair of shoes, that black pair of shoes that I wore here today, that's what I bought on Thursday. That is the last pair of shoes that I buy for myself that don't come from an American company. That don't come from a company who's manufacturing them in America.
Actually made in America.
Made in America. So I found a lot of shoes, a lot of them very hipstery shoes, a lot of boots and stuff like that. There's not a lot of like sneakers that are made in America.
Yeah, I was just going to say, your best bet to find an American manufactured footwear of any kind would be like work boots and
hiking
hipster
and
boots.
So
stuff like that. I mean,
there's a series of companies that make hiking and hunting boots and work boots in America. That's very common.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Jocko's got a company. Jocko Willing's got a company that makes
jeans too.
They make jeans.
Yeah, I think it's Origin. I think
maybe I'm thinking he makes boots and I'm wrong. I know he makes jeans. I thought he makes boots too. Let me see what I can find real quick.
Boots and jeans. And then Steve Ranella is always talking about Schnees. Schnees are made in Montana, so that's also an American-made company. So, yeah, the boots will be no problem. I'll be able to find a pair of boots from America.
I've obviously looked at this before. Yeah, Origin Maine they also do boots.
Yeah.
Nice-looking boots, too. I mean, healthy looking. I'm a big fan.
I thought about buying a pair of their jeans once, but they're about $200.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, that's
love America.
Welcome to American manufacturing, man.
Slowly but surely. I just was very disturbed by that, and we're always talking about theme of the show. I forgot to remind people last week, but we're doing it now, is to reevaluate your relationship with the CCP and with China, and try and adjust that as much as you can. Because as we start to talk about Russia and Ukraine, Russia again as well has their hands in this issue with Russia and Ukraine, right? So they have their hands in all these things that are going on here. So we need to do everything that we can to, again, be reevaluating and adjusting the relationship that we have with the CCP, because the money that we're contributing to them is literally going back to fight our own ideology.
Oh, yeah.
Literally going back to fight our own ideals, not ideology. So it's not good. So this is one thing that is difficult, more difficult than I thought that it would be, but is a relatively simple thing that people can do to stop giving money to China, because even though it's an American company, the factories over there, the people over there, all that shit, it's being sourced from other countries around there. So I even was like, okay, when I found out about South Korea, I'm like, all right, South Korea is fine, like that's, at least it's not China,
Yeah, it's a westernized
nation,
westernized nation for the most part.
Nope. China.
China.
So So that pair of Vans, that pair of black Vans, will be the last pair of shoes that I buy for myself that are not made in America.
Welcome to the south of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you